Hello, it's Electric Focus, and this is the Volvo EX40 Twin Ultra, and today I'm going to give you some tips and tricks for when you get the car. So let's get into the video. When you first get the car, you get two sets of keys, the black one being for the main driver, and then another set of keys that you can use for a second driver. And the great thing about this is that you can set up profiles for both these keys, so that when you get in the car, all your personal settings will then adjust automatically. So things like the seat settings and anything else you set up within your profile will automatically be set up by you having your keys on you. And to set up a profile, you just need to go to the main screen. You just swipe down. You then select the main driver at the top of the screen, and then that will go into the profile settings, and at the bottom there you'll see new profile. You just press on that, and then you can go through the process of setting up a new profile by pressing OK. And just to come out of that, just cancel and then dismiss. If, like me, you get a bit annoyed with lane assist, then you can switch it off completely. However, there is a catch to that, because when you get back in the car, it automatically defaults to being on. So what you can do though is select between having it controlling the steering wheel and vibrating, or just have it vibrating. Now I prefer it just to vibrate because it's less intrusive then. So to set that up, just go to the main screen and settings down at the bottom right, then go into driving, scroll down to about the middle, and you'll see it says lane keeping aid, and that's where you can switch it off completely. As I said, it comes back on when you get back in the car. And then you have below that the choice of steering and vibration or vibration only. So I have it set on vibration only, and then it always just does that when I'm driving, which I prefer. Like most cars now, you get Apple Play and Android Auto, and you do need to connect the phone to make those functions work. They don't do it by Bluetooth, unfortunately. But once you've connected up the phone, just one little tip when it comes to navigation. If you're setting your navigation via, say, Apple CarPlay and using Google, then you'll only get the navigation screen on the main screen. It won't show on the driver's display. And that's because you have to use the Google that's within the car system. And that's one of the benefits of this car, is the Google operating system. So when you're picking your destinations, you can just say your destination, it will take you there. So use the Google in the car, and then you'll get it both on the main screen, infotainment screen, and on the driver's display as well. One of the good things about having the Google built-in system within this car is that you get really good voice prompts. So for example, you can set destinations via the Google Assist just by saying where you want to go, and you can do things like turn up the heating, or put on the heated steering wheel, heated seats. It all does it pretty efficiently. I'll give you an example. So, hey Google, turn on the heated steering wheel.
All right, turning on the steering wheel heater.
That's pretty responsive. Or you could do something like, say, hey Google, find the nearest charging station with at least 100 kilowatt charging. Thinking about it.
Here's what I found along your route for find the nearest charging station with at least 100 kilowatts charging.
Not bad. And this is a handy little tip. If you want to create more space in the boot, particularly if you've got dogs like I have, then it's really handy, is this comes right out, and then the trick is it fits right underneath the floor. So it's completely out the way. I love that. Did do a separate video on this, but just a reminder, if your cable does get stuck in a charging port, on the rare occasion, it's happened to me a couple of times in the past on other EVs, but if it does, then there's an emergency release under the floor at the back here, so you just have to lift up the subfloor below, and then you'll see a cable on the left hand side. Just need to pull that cable out and it will release the charging cable if it's really stuck and doesn't come out by normal methods. If you want to be a bit geeky and see things like fault codes and battery temperature, things like that, then you might want to get one of these, which is a OPD dongle. This one's called V-Peak and I got it from Amazon, and you can connect this up to the car. There's a slot just in the driver's footwell above the accelerator pedal and then quite near to the release cable for the front boot. One of the things I really like about electric cars is the regen braking that you get. So that's where you lift off the accelerator and it automatically brakes for you, and that's also putting energy back into the battery. And on the EX40 it's got proper what I call one pedal driving, where it actually can bring you to a complete stop, and there's a few settings for that, so we'll go in and have a look at those. From the main screen, go into settings, then driving, and then scroll right down to the bottom and you'll see driving dynamics. You've then got three settings. You've got on or off, or you've got auto. And what that does is it regulates the amount of regeneration depending on the circumstance, or you can have it on or off. So off completely, so it'll just act like, if you like, a normal car, or you can have it on and you get the full one pedal driving. There's no different settings for that. You don't get different levels of it. It's just either on or off. Just below that, another setting worth mentioning is steering feel firm. So if you switch that on, then you're just going to get a more of a sporty feel to the steering. One thing about touch sensitive infotainment screens is they tend to get a bit mucky after a while with your fingerprints. But there's a good function to be able to clean the screen without affecting anything that's on it. All you need to do is hold in the home screen button at the bottom, and after a few seconds you'll see a screen come up that says screen cleaning mode is active, and then you can clean the screen to your heart's content until you're happy without affecting anything on the screen. And then when you've done that, you just hold in the home button again and it will take you back to the main screen. Simple as that. There's plenty of different functions of course for the car, but those for me are some of the main ones to set up when you first get the car. So I hope that was useful. As always, thank you for watching and I'll speak to you soon.